Hey everyone, it's technology expert Burton Kelso here with another tech tip to help you get the most out of the technology in your life. Today we're talking about how you can prevent third-party programs from disabling Windows Defender. For all of you Windows users out there, Windows Defender is the premier antivirus produced by Microsoft that allows, that allows any version of Windows to help you keep safe from any virus threats out there. Windows Defender has been around since Windows 7, and it's been prevalent since Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 10, and including Windows 11. Now, Windows Defender is free and again included with Microsoft-based computers, but there is something in Windows Defender that allows third-party programs to disable it. One of the challenges with Windows Defender is that if not modified, a third-party program could turn it off. Now, this comes from the fact that on Windows-based computers, antivirus software can't be the main program that's being used for antivirus, meaning that in order for Microsoft to avoid antitrust laws, they have to make sure that Windows Defender can be moved to the background if another third-party antivirus program were installed. So for example, if you wanted to run Norton as opposed to Windows Defender, you could install Norton. Norton would, actually Windows Defender would move towards the back of the operating system, disabling itself, and would allow Norton to be your Windows computer's antivirus program. Same thing if you were to install some of the other free programs out there like AVG, Avast, and some of the other antivirus programs out there. Now, if you're a Windows user, you want to use Defender because it is probably the best program out there. So we're going to dive in and find out for you non-tech users how to make sure that Windows Defender doesn't kind of go to the background if another third-party program were maliciously installed on your computer. Now, if you want to continue to see tech tips like this, be sure to comment, like, and share this video with all your friends who struggle with technology. Now, moving forward with Windows Defender, let's take a look and switch to a Windows desktop screen. Going from, well, that didn't work, did it? That was just stupid. Let's try that again. All right, let's go to desktop. There we go. Now, in order to find the Windows security features, you have to go to Windows Search and then type in Windows Security. Windows Defender has now become Microsoft Defender, so it's kind of a challenge to know which one to look at. But in this instance, we want to go to the option for Windows Security. Once we click on that option from Windows Security, we need to go down to Virus and Threat Protection. And once we go to Virus and Threat Protection, we need to make sure that we want to manage the settings for our virus and threat protection. So we're going to click on Manage Settings. As you can see, there are several things in this list that you can do in order to help Windows Defender work for you more efficiently. Now, obviously these features are included because in some instances, Windows Defender can cause issues with just regular standalone programs or installations. So if you go to the virus and threat protection settings, you can modify Windows Defender to either protect your computer or not to protect your computer. But if we want to go to the section where we want Windows Defender not to be tampered with, is that we need to go to the section here that says Tamper Protection. Well, what it does is it prevents others from tampering with important security features. And when we talk about others, we talk about third-party programs that could potentially get on the computer and disable Windows Defender. So going back to our Windows computer, you want to verify that tamper protection is turned on and not turned off. There's other things that you can do with Windows Defender, such as cloud delivered protection, developer drive protection, and then of course real-time protection as well, to make sure that your computer is running safe and secure. Now, while we're on this video, we need to, other than enabling to tamper protection, we need to look at the settings under Windows Security and also look under Microsoft Defender so that you'll know how these programs are supposed to work. Now, going back to our Windows Security screen, there are several things that you can mess with. So we've already gone into virus and threat protection options where we can go in and do a quick scan with Windows Defender or Windows Security. But you know what? It really helps if I allow you to see what's going on, and of course to turn closed captioning so you can see what the heck that I'm saying. But anyway, let's go back and start again. All right, so Windows threat protection, we can go in and change the settings, but then you can look at updates that have been available for Windows Defender. The security and threat protections we've already gone on, but you can either allow Windows updates to download your protections for Windows Defender, or you can manually check for updates as well to see if you have the latest updates available for your computer, which according to this in a few seconds probably have the latest and greatest, so we don't always have to check for updates. But in case you were worried, you can go there and change your threat protection settings. Now, one of the other things you can do in Windows Defender, which is pretty important, is go in and mess with the manage ransomware protections. So this is up to you to decide if you need to have it on. So for ransomware, you want to make sure that if you have ransomware protection on, it'll ensure that your risk is minimized if you get ransomware installed on your devices. But keep in mind, if you do enable this feature, it's a good possibility that certain files and folders, let's go ahead and go into that. We'll turn it on, and as you can see, you can do controlled folder access with ransomware protection, and you can look at your block history, you can look at protected folders through ransomware. Of course, Windows Security keeps popping up, but then you can have your list of your own folders or the default folders protected, or you can add your own folders that you can have protected from ransomware. So as you can see, Defender or Windows Security is a pretty robust program. App and browser control, you can turn that on. Of course, the Windows Security option is where you would turn on firewall and network protection as well. And then on this computer, as you can see, firewall protections on, public network, private network. So those are some of the things that you want to enable to make sure that your computer is going to stay safe from malicious programs that will try to disable Windows Defender. Now, one other thing we can look at, if we go from Windows Security, we can actually go also into what's called Microsoft Defender and look at some of the features there as well, so that you can choose to enable those or not. So if I go to search, I can actually type in Windows. We don't want Windows, we want Microsoft Security. And one of these days, or Microsoft Defender. So once Microsoft Defender is up, we get a different screen, which I will move over. I have alerts to review. I can see the alerts are dismissed, but some of the other things that are included with the Microsoft Defender is that you can get identity theft protection through Windows. You can also go into device protection and add specific devices where it will, you can download the Mobile Defender app from Microsoft to either your Apple device, your Android device, or it's telling you can get it from the Windows Store as well. Now, my thoughts on that, it's really up to you as far as your smart devices if you want to add Windows or Microsoft Defender to those devices. But in most instances, if your device is going to get infected, it's going to come from the App Store, from a malicious app rather than some malicious hacker logging into your device. So I will leave that up to you if you want to turn that feature on. So if you have any comments or questions about how you can help protect Windows Defender, Microsoft Defender, and Windows Security from malicious programs, leave them in the comment section below. Would love to hear from you to find out and start the discussion as, is Windows Defender enough, or do you need some third-party antivirus in order to protect your devices? Now keep in mind that even with third-party software on there, most of the criminals out there know of ways to counteract those antivirus programs. And also, in this digital age that we live in, where cybercrime is a human problem, there are ways that criminals can trick you into turning off your devices. But anyway, my purpose of these videos is to help open you up to a whole new world of ideas and experiences when it comes to your devices. I love technology. I've read all the manuals, and I'm serious about making technology fun, safe, and easy to use for everyone. So take care of yourself and do many things to make you smile. And thanks for watching this video. I don't know why I paused there, but yeah, I really appreciate you all. Take care.